walks up into my place. What's good? What's poppin'? It's your boy Denzel Dion. Welcome back to my channel. I'm still with the singing thing. Okay, this video is just something like it happened literally like 10 minutes ago. I turned on my camera. I said I need to make this video right now before any details get left out. Then I'm gonna have to reminisce on what happened. So yeah, you know what? This just happened to me. Very fresh, very new, fresh meat, fresh, juicy tea. Okay, Lipton. Okay, not Nestle, Lipton tea. Is Nestle tea? I don't know. Are you catching my drift? Tokyo style. That's what I like to hear. So before we get onto this video, if you are new, this is your first time seeing my face or knowing of my existence, please click that subscribe button and subscribe. Pause this video and click that subscribe button. I mean it. Okay, so let's get right into this video, shall we, darling? So let me just start off with the whole thing. Okay, so I just came back to LA, okay, from New York, because I'm from New York City, as you may know, as you may not know, okay? I'm from New York City, Bronx, New York, to be specific. Hopped on that 6-hour flight, Delta, to be precise. You know, I just like to give all the good details so you can imagine, okay? I'm giving you good imagery, okay? I'm giving you details so you can imagine, okay? Use your imagination. I get off my plane, I go to baggage claim to claim my baggage, and, I call my Uber, and then my Uber says he's upstairs and I'm downstairs, and he says he can't come downstairs because he'll get a ticket, and I said, okay, I'll just meet you upstairs. So, as I'm outside waiting for my Uber, because I went upstairs and he wasn't nowhere to be found because he said he was in Terminal 2. I said, why would you go to Terminal 2 if the Uber location says Terminal number 5? So I'm like, come to 5 because I'm not walking. He was like, walk. I'm like, okay, if you want me to walk to you, then I'll just cancel this and I'll call another Uber. Like, it's not that serious. I'm not paying you for me to walk to you. I'm paying you so you can drive me to my destination. So I told him that, and he was like, you know what? It's fine, I'll come to you. I was like, okay, thank you very much. He pulls up. As he's pulling up, I guess people notice me that I make videos online. So I'm over there taking pictures with about some people, you know. So I'm taking pictures, they're asking me questions and stuff, and then as he's pulling up, like I'm still taking the pictures and I'm standing, and then some girl said, oh, like, can we retake our picture because the picture we took was blurry? So I said, okay, no problem. So as he's loading my bags, he's like looking at me while taking these pictures with this girl. He's like just looking at me like, who am I, whatever. I mean, yeah, because he doesn't know me and I'm taking pictures, so he probably thinks like I'm someone. So he's loading the bags, whatever. He's taking, like, he just keeps looking, like he's picking up the bag and looking at me at the same time, and I can feel when someone's like looking at me. I can feel it. Well, I get into the car, his car, and then he gets in the driver's seat, obviously because he's driving. And I already knew where this was gonna go, because every time like I take a picture or just someone like sees that I'm noticed, they start to ask questions. Ubers love to start a conversation, you know what I mean? We're riding about for like 5 minutes, it's quiet, I'm loving it, I love the quiet, I love to hear the air, okay? I don't like to hear people's voices, I like to hear the air. I just came from the plane where people are talking, people are giggling, babies are crying, people are screaming, you know what I mean? I just wanted to be relaxed. So I'm sitting in the back seat, chilling, you know, lit, on my phone, and he asks me a question. Well, he just starts making like small talk, and I'm like answering his questions very bluntly, like very shortly, so like he knows I don't want to have a conversation. It wasn't that I was trying to be rude or anything, it's just how I am. Like, when I don't feel like talking, I don't feel like talking, so don't talk to me. But I'm not gonna be rude and just be like, don't talk to me. So I'm like, I mean, I guess I was initiating the conversation, but he just took it too far. He was like, okay, so he was like, hey, so you seem pretty popular. I'm like, I'm not popular. They just like knew me because I do stuff online. He said, what do you do online? I said, make videos. He said, what type of videos? I said, videos. I know you said videos, what type of videos? I said, I just talk, and sometimes people think I'm funny. He was like, oh, okay, crack a joke. Are you a comedian? I'm like, no, I'm not a comedian. I don't consider myself as a comedian. I just sit in front of the camera and I talk. He's like, okay, cool. Yeah, social media is big nowadays. And I'm like, okay, here it goes. I'm like, yeah, social media is doing very good or whatever. He was like, do you have a lot of followers? I lie to him and I say no. Because every time I say how many followers I have, he starts to ask questions. He's like, no, he was like, oh, so if you don't have that many followers, then why are people noticing you? I was like, okay, damn, fuck, you caught me. So I was like, yeah, I have some followers on Instagram and other things. He was like, what is your biggest, like, following? I said Instagram, then I said how many followers I had. He said, oh, okay, that's cool. Wow, that many people follow you? I was like, yeah. And then this question popped up, and I'm like, okay, you know what, slow your fucking roll. He was like, do you make a living off of it? I said, Sometimes. I didn't want to say yeah. I mean, obviously I do. Like, I don't go to college. What do you think I do for money? Like, what? Because he asked if I went to college, and I said I do not go to college. So he's guessing that I live through making videos online, which I do. So I was like, yeah, I sort of make a living off of it. And then he started to ask specifics, like, oh, so how much money do you make? I said I don't, like, disclose that information with people I don't know. And I just don't disclose that information with people if you're not, like, counting my money. If you're not my accountant, then what are you asking me what my checks are, boo? Like, what? He was like, just tell me. And I'm like, sir, I'd rather not. Like, I don't tell people how much I make. And then he was like, oh, I heard this YouTuber made this amount of money. This YouTuber made this amount of money. I'm like, okay, that's good for them. So you can get the gist of how people make money on YouTube. He was like, yeah, but I want to know how much you make since you say you don't go to college and you live out here. And I'm like, okay, I can't tell you how much I make, so let's, like, that's it. He's just, basically now he's talking to himself. What happened after that? After that, he was just like, forget it or whatever. He just started playing the music, and then he turns off the music. He asks me again. He's like, what is your name? And I was like, my name is Denzel. And he said, okay, how can I search you on social media? I said, by searching up my name. And then he was like, what name do you use on social media? I did not respond because I didn't want him to actually, like, look. Because I thought he was actually gonna, like, if I told him, like, Denzel Dion, he's gonna search my name right there, and then, which he did. I just put Denzel. He was like, okay, I'll just put Denzel in and see what pops up. Since I guess I'm, like, the only Denzel on social media, so when he typed Denzel and I popped up, my Instagram popped up, he was like, oh my god, wow, you're verified, you must be very popular. I said, yeah, sort of. And then, we're approaching my building, and as we're approaching my building, and I tell him to stop in front of my building. I hate when Uber drivers do this. I don't like to stop a block away from my building. I don't want to walk with my 2 suitcases and my carry-on. I like to walk right in front of the door. Like, I like to step out the car and the door is right there, and I'm like, no, park in the front. Like, in the front. He said, I don't want to get a ticket. I'm like, how are you gonna get a ticket? You let me stand here for like 2 seconds. He said, okay. So we're in the car, and as he's about to drop me off, he's like talking to me. So I'm like, fuck, I can't leave right now. So he's like, oh, let me tell you something that's very interesting, whatever. He was like, yeah, I used to do Vine. I'm like, oh my god, whoa. He's like, yeah, I used to do Vine. Vine is good. Have you ever heard of Vine? And I was like, yeah, I heard of Vine, but I've never really been on it. You know, just lying to him, such a liar. And I've been doing something with me and my wife, and we've been creating some good content. I'm like, okay, that's good, that's cool. And he's like, yeah, so we just make videos, but we're not big yet, but we're trying to get big. Like, I'm like, okay. And then he was like, yeah, so just, here, take my number down and we can maybe collab sometime. I'm like, I'm just trying to get out this motherfucking car. He got the doors locked. I didn't want to be rude and say, unlock the door, let me get out. Like, I don't want to hear this because he sees my building. You know what I mean? He knows where I live. He says, okay, oh my god, we're right in front of your place. I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like, okay, let me unlock the doors and let's go get the stuff out the car. Okay. So I get out the car. He gets out the car. He rushes like to the back to go get my bags off of me very quickly. I was like, kudos to you. And then we get outside and he's like, do you want me to take these up for you? And I'm like, do I let him take them up for me? He knows where I live, or do I just not be lazy and take them up myself? And knowing me, I was very like lazy. I'm like, these bags are so annoying. Like, it would be nice to have someone like carry my stuff thing with no pay because I don't carry cash. So, okay, so the thing is about my building, if you're coming for the first time, you're not gonna know your way around. So I wasn't really thinking about it. I was like, he won't know where I live. Like, I know, like, just press the number of my floor, walk to my building, you know, take some long ways, you know, and then when I get to my door, I cover my number. Okay, so you just don't know. I was like, yeah, sure. So he's coming into my building, he's picking up my bags, and like, just right this way, just follow me. I'm buzzing myself. And he's like, wow, this is a nice building, so this is what social media puts you in. I'm like, oh my god. I said, no, my parents pay for this. My parents are lawyers. I just lied. I was like, yeah, my parents are lawyers. He's like, okay, cool. So, are you on a trust fund? I'm like, no, I'm not a trust fund, baby. I do fend for myself, but my parents just pay for where I stay. My parents don't pay for where I stay. You think my parents will pay for this? So, as we hit my floor, we're walking, and then he's like, which door is yours? Like, what's the number? I say, just follow me. Don't worry about the number. So, we get to my door, and I tell him to drop the bags off, and I don't want to go inside my door yet. I'm just like, drop the bags off in the middle of the hallway. It was like my door, but not my door. It was like between like 5 doors. He was like, where's your door? I'm like, it's over there. Okay, he was like, which one particularly? I was like, it's over there. He was like, okay, and I'm like, he said, yeah, I'll drop him off inside your house. I said, no, it's fine, I can take it from here, you helped enough. Good night, see you later, goodbye, deuces, peace out, hasta luego, bonjour. What, does bonjour mean hi? Goodbye in French. Unbonjour, okay? Something, peace, shoot. And he's like, okay, so how do I get out? I said, okay, let me help him. I told him to make 3 rights and then hit the elevator and go down. He said, okay, cool. I'm going into my door, right? I'm trying to rush. When he's going, I'm trying to rush to my door so he doesn't know what door I live in. And as I'm taking my last bath, I feel an energy, a presence approaching. I just feel, God gave me a gift, bitch. I can feel. I have a force field. I can just feel something coming into my personal space. I like behind me, oh shit, where did you, why? I didn't see you there. You startled me. What is this? I couldn't find my way back. And I'm like, okay, fuck, he knows where I live. So I'm like, okay. I'm like on the number of my apartment and I'm just chilling, so I'm trying to block it, you know. The door is open and the suitcase is in my hand. And he's like, let me just open the door for you. And I'm like, no, I got it. He opens the door anyways. He's like, wow. He walks up into my place. This is your apartment? I'm like, yeah. Can you like, yeah, and I'm trying to like rush him out. He's like, can I use the bathroom? I'm like, no, you can't use the bathroom. You can use the bathroom on the 2nd floor because there's a public bathroom there. Like, he was getting too comfortable, too comfortable. He wasn't trying to leave my house. I was like, yeah, sir, let's go. Hello, let's go. Like, we gotta go. I'm like, my mom's coming home. He said, I thought you lived by yourself. I said, my mom's visiting me. So, you gotta go. Now, so he's by the door and he's not trying to leave. He's like, do you have any water? I'm like, sir, you cannot be doing this. Like, you are my Uber driver. Can you leave? Like, he was, and then he saw my camera. He said, so this is where all the magic happens. I'm like, okay, he gotta go. So at this point, it's like, I want to push him out my door, but I don't know if like, if I push him and like he calls the police, he's like, okay. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I push him out the door and I don't lock the door. I just push him out the door and I basically like close my refrigerator because it was open from when I came in. He said, I really gotta go. And I'm like, pushing the door like, sir. And he's like, forcing me. I'm like, sir, stop it before I really report you. Like, I'm not playing games with you. So he basically like was half in. He already came into my house. He was like by my island and he was already like half in. And my bags were already, but that's what he did. He tried to shove his way in and then I shoved him out. And then I was like, let me show you the way to the bathroom. I show him the way to the bathroom and then I leave. I leave him there, and that's it. I left him there to show him how to get back. I don't know. I know that he got back to his car because it said like he just ended the Uber ride because it was still on. Like, he didn't turn it off when he dropped me off. So I knew he got downstairs to his phone when it said like, oh, you paid this amount for this money. So yeah, that's just the story that this Uber driver tried to break into my house. So he actually broke into my house. He actually did break into my house. Like, you weren't invited in here. Why are you here? Why are you in my presence? Why are you in my kingdom, my palace? So I hope you guys like this video, the story time that I just had to tell that just happened to me a few minutes ago. So like, comment, subscribe. And like I said, you see me, I'm doing it. You watch, I post. You don't watch, I don't post. So watch. And until then, see you next time, my darlings.